Today. How's your day going so far? That's great. Excellent. I'm happy. Okay. I feel tired today. Me too, a little bit. Good. Okay. I'm so glad to know that you are very well today. Welcome to this English class. It will be short today. I am here because I wanna practice English with you for a while, and especially because I wanna know what you think about a special sentence I have for you. Okay? So give me some seconds. I get ready and show you the sentence that I have for you. So, this is the sentence. Analyze this sentence. She don't like chocolate. She don't like chocolate. What do you think? Is the sentence correct or incorrect? Okay. Some people say it is incorrect. Others say it is correct. Okay. Well, let me show you what is the correct answer here. The sentence, she don't like chocolate, is a very common mistake that we sometimes make when we are learning English, when we are beginners. This is a common mistake. She don't. So let's learn something new today. Those who said that this was correct, those people who said that this sentence was good, let's learn something new. So stay there and pay attention and get ready to practice English for a while. All right? So here, for example, the mistake is the word don't. Don't. That's the problem. That is the mistake we have here in this sentence. She don't. And it is incorrect because in present simple, when we are speaking in present about the things that happened every day, always, usually, let's say like habits or your routine, yes, when we are speaking of in present, we have two auxiliaries in English, the auxiliary do and the auxiliary does. Do and does. And we use them when we are creating negative sentences and also questions. To create negations and interrogations in English, in simple present, okay, we use do and does in the sentences. All right. So, for example, in negations, we say does not or doesn't. Does not is the complete way, the complete form, let's say way, and doesn't is a contraction. The reduce, the contraction is very common when we are speaking. People usually use doesn't. And the other option is do. In negation, we say do not or don't. Do not, don't, don't. For example, let me show you here let's answer a common question that we sometimes have, and it is when can I use do and when can I use does? Okay, so it's very easy. It is very easy. We just need to know and remember. That's all. We have a rule and we just need to remember the rule. That's all. So here, let me show you. For example, you can use do, the auxiliary do, with these subjects. The subject I, the subject pronoun you, the subject pronoun we, and they. Again, I, you, we, they. So we can use do with these subjects, pronouns, in negations and in questions. Remember this. And the other auxiliary, thus, we use it with she, with he, and with it. Easy. It is easy peasy. Some people would say it is a piece of cake. So we need to remember third person, she, he, it, the auxiliary does, and the others, the auxiliary do. That's all. Let's see an example. Did you take your notes about this? Remember, we use these auxiliaries when we are creating negations, negative sentences, and also questions. With does, we use she, he, and it, and with do, we use the other subject pronouns. For example, let me show you the first example to understand this better. My father work on weekends. What is the correct auxiliary we can use here? What do you think? My father don't or my father doesn't? Okay. My father, we need to pay attention to the noun. In this case is father. Father is a man, is a boy. So the subject pronoun, the subject pronoun for father is he. He. The auxiliary for he is doesn't. So in this case, we say, my father doesn't work on weekends. And I want you to pay attention. Let's pay attention to the verb. The verb here is work. Work. Check that here we do not include an S in the verb. We do not add or we do not put the letter S, like my father works in affirmations. We say that. My father works in the week, or my father works very hard. When we are creating negative sentences, the auxiliary das is enough. We use das because it's third person. That's all. The verb is normal. When we use das, the verb is normal. Okay? We do not add s. We say, my father doesn't work. That's all. My mother doesn't like. My sister doesn't study. The verb is normal. Let me show you another example. My friends. So we have two options. My friends don't speak, or my friends doesn't speak. What do you think? What is the subject pronoun for friends? It is plural. You're right. Very good. Friends. This word is in plural. So that means that the subject pronoun is they. They. And the auxiliary for they is don't. My friends don't speak English. My friends don't speak English. This is our sentence. Let me know, is this clear to you? These were two examples in negations. Yes, negative sentences. Let's practice now with the questions. Remember, when we use the auxiliary das in negations, in this case, later you will see in the questions, yes, when we use this auxiliary, the verb is in the simple form. Work, not works. Study, it is in the simple form without the letter S, all right? So here, I am going to show you now some examples in questions. Yes, creating questions in simple present. Wait a moment. Here I have a nice exercise that we can do, and this will help us understand this better. Okay, so for example, here we have do and das. Do and das. Okay? All of these examples are questions and are yes, no questions. Yes, no questions. All the yes, no questions start with the auxiliary and later the subject, later the verb, and the complement. And the answer of these questions is a yes or a no. Yes, no, and the auxiliaries. So here we will use the auxiliaries do and does in the question and also in the short answer. So let's see. Number one, for example, oh my God. I think that my computer froze, so hold on. Hold on a sec. I refresh this and I check if I can fix it so that we can do the exercise. Tell me please in the chat if you can hear me well, if you can hear me okay. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'm not. And if I do this, can I? Okay, so let's do the first exercises. And that's all because I cannot show you all of them. I don't know what's going on, but let's answer just the first exercises. I will refresh again and I will see. Okay. Can you see the exercises there? Okay. So let's do number one. Number one says, your brother play the trumpet. Your brother play. Check that we start this question with the auxiliary. In this case, tell me please in the chat if it is do or does. Tell me. Tell me the answer. What do you think? Tell me what do you think the answer is? Do or does? Okay, for example, here we have brother, right? Brother. And brother is he. We need to identify this. If the noun is he or she or they, we, etc. So brother is, don't pay attention to your. Here the principal noun is brother and it is he. So we say, does your brother play? The verb is normal. Normal. Play the trumpet. Again, does your brother play the trumpet? And the answer for this question, the short answer is a yes and a no. Yes or no. But here in English, when we give a short answer for a yes-no question, we include the auxiliary of the question. For example, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's all. No, he doesn't. Finish. If you want, you can include extra complement, something additional. But if you say no, he doesn't, is great. It is perfect. Second example about Susan. Susan know the answer. Susan know the answer. The auxiliary is, let me know please in the chat. Susan is she. You're right. Susan is she. So we say, does Susan know the answer? And the other person will answer, will respond. Yes, will answer. Yes, she, and the same in the auxiliary for she. Here we don't say, yes, she answers. Oh, wait a moment. Yes, she answers. I cannot type. Ah, okay. It is slowly. Okay, I am not going to type there. So, yes, she does. Yes, she does. And I am going to refresh. Okay, I think it's better. Oh, we lost the answers, but I can show you more options. Hey, that's good. Grandma. Your grandma read a lot of books. Your grandma read. The verb is read. The subject, what is the subject for grandma? He, we, she, they, I. She, because grandma is a girl, is a woman. So it says she, right? The auxiliary for she is does. So we say, does your grandma read a lot of books? Does your grandma read a lot of books? This is a question. And to answer this question, we say yes. Is it possible to say yes, she reads? No, it isn't possible. Well, it is not very common. We usually give the short answer with the same auxiliary. So, yes, she does. Yes, she does. Very sorry. Okay. They. So here we have the example. It says, they have X is the first, the second, the third. The third, okay, right. On the right side, the third one. They have eggs for breakfast. So we say, they have eggs for breakfast. What is the auxiliary to start the question? Is do or is does? Here is easy because we have they. Yes? So the auxiliary is do. Do they have eggs for breakfast? No, they don't. And that's the short answer. They don't. And this is. And this is all. These are the questions in simple present, yes, no questions. And remember that the sentence that we saw at the beginning, let me show you. Remember that here for the negations, we say doesn't. We use these auxiliaries for do and does, don't, doesn't, do, does. We use them for the negations and the questions. Let me show you again from the beginning to finish the lesson for today. Remember that this is incorrect. Why? Because we don't say she don't. We say she doesn't. Okay? She doesn't. And remember that do and does are auxiliaries of the present simple, and we use them to create negative sentences and questions. Negations and questions. You say, I know, my mother not work. My mother doesn't work. I not live. I don't live. They not speak. They don't speak. And this is. And for the questions, do you speak? And she like. Does she like? Okay, so this is all. Well, this is all for this lesson. Later we practice a little more, okay? Later we learn more things to improve our English. Thank you very much. And this is all for today. Thank you very much and see you later. Bye-bye.